The Blagojevich trial starts today, and it's interesting that 18 months after the governor was impeached, we're getting into the trial, but we seem to have lost the fervor for the sort of reforms that I think most of us on this day 18 months ago thought were sure were coming. So I wanted to talk to you today about my disappointment as we go back in time 18 months ago when I sat in the Senate and watched the vote, which was unanimous in the Senate, to impeach our governor. It was not a happy time. I remember walking across the rotunda back to the House floor where then Lieutenant Governor Pat Quinn was sworn in within an hour of the impeachment. Pat Quinn talked about cleaning up the culture of corruption, and everybody was on the same page. Republicans and Democrats said, we're going to work together to truly clean up the state, because we had just gone through the embarrassment of one governor being sent to prison. Not the first governor in Illinois, but for the first time in Illinois history, it looks like we're going to have back-to-back governors, at least possibly spending prison time. The first sign that something was going wrong was when the senior senator, Dick Durbin, called on Illinois to have a special election to replace former Senator Barack Obama. The Democrats couldn't find a way to do that, and so they wound up letting Roland Burris serve the term of Barack Obama. That was a mistake. The people should have been allowed to pick their senator. It's not about who we pick, it's about whether the system is corrupt or not. And certainly the tainted term of Roland Burris will not soon be forgotten. The next thing we did was we said, well, we're going to clean up the way we fund elections. Well, we made some minor changes. The biggest thing that didn't get done in campaign finance reform was that, guess what? The powers that be are still the ones who pull the strings. There is no limit to what House and Senate, Republican and Democrat leaders can spend on an election. That's wrong. We've made minor adjustments, but the real problem is it has to do with how the leaders are in control. We wanted to shorten the length of the campaign season. And I say we, House Republicans, filed legislation to move the primary from then January to June, so that we weren't, so that the incumbents didn't have the power that they have now. Democrat majority said, no, we like the status quo. So instead of reform, we have the status quo. The powers that be are the powers that remain in charge. And the most embarrassing thing that we didn't get done is having a way to draw a fair map. Republicans supported many other reformists in Illinois and said, you know what, politicians shouldn't be the ones who draw the map. And guess what our Democrat colleagues did? Because they control every statewide office and both chambers of the General Assembly, they said, no, we like the way it's going now. We like to draw the map because we like being in charge. That's not what the mood of the state was 18 months ago. I don't believe that's going to be the mood of the state this summer as we go through the drudgery of the embarrassment of the Blagojevich trial. People wanted reform. They still want reform. Now the only way to have reform, in my opinion, vote the guys out. And the guys that I'm talking about and the gals that I'm talking about happen to be the ones in charge. The last thing you want to do if you're a voter in Illinois is send another Democrat back to Springfield, because when they were in charge, they failed to meet the basic request of a free people, and that is make sure my government is no longer corrupt. The Democrats could have done that. They should have done it. They were in charge. Give the Republicans a chance.